Welcome to Profit Channels. This is my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor and I don't give financial advice. This is what I like to call edutainment, a combination of education and entertainment, but I am likely not to be right. Today I'm talking about FLBR, or the Franklin Brazil ETF. It's not enough data here to go to monthly, but here's the channel I see on a weekly basis, and you can see lots of touches on the top, but only one at the bottom here. But what I like this for is that this midpoint line has got some nice touches here. So we've been in a downward trend, lower lows. We had a higher low and then a lower low. Now a lower high, same high. And on the weekly here, it looks like we are just bouncing off this the 200 week. So we broke through the 50, the 100, bounce off the 200, back down to the 50, and we may be bouncing off this and trying to break out, or we could come down a little bit, and I'll show you the levels. Let's take this to the day. And we have broken through the 50, the 100, and we're trying to bounce off the 200. We've got some gaps to the upside to fill, so I think that's promising. I am going to get rid of that ribbon. Now, back to the weekly. I also see a channel like this. Let me get rid of this one. Oops, this one. And this is connecting the two bottoms. And you can see our midpoint line. We get touches on it right there, right there, right here. It's kind of through here. That's real nice. So I like this channel. I think the channel might be shifting. So from downward to more slightly upward. And then finally, we have this channel here where I got 3 touches. It's just running up along the center line and a couple touches here. So, these are the channels, places that we could be going. And notice how we got some channel intersection up in here. I'm going to get to that later. Okay. Let's go with our volume. Okay. So you can see in the short term, we've got this point of control right here, which we are below. In the more intermediate term, we have a point of control right here, which we are below. And you can see that volumes definitely get lighter below this side, but we do have 2 increasing volume point of controls. If I go to the day, so a little above 17, a little below 1850, you can see longer term, we have the same 2 over 3 time frames, the same 2 points of control. Well, yeah, this one was 1850, so it came down a little bit. But you can tell we have 2 points of control above us. And then another, hide these. and on the weekly. So if I look at this point of control right here, okay, this is where if I use this time frame, the shortened time frame since July, we are right at our point of control. And as soon as I move it back a little bit, you see our point of control bumps up to here and remains there through the life of this chart. So let's just get it out there. Okay, so you can see this major point of control. Right now we're at this other point of control. Yet another one right here. And then this is the bottom. So, I mean, this could be a double bottom right here and here. Let me get rid of this trend as well, this channel. But you see we got a big point of control here. That was our shorter range one. Another one here. And then it jumps up here and here. So these are kind of our major levels. If I look at Fibonacci retracement, and what I'm retracing is from this run right here. From starting here and coming up here to the zero to the top. And you can see we're right at the 382. Let me skip this over. The 0.5. So here's the 382 at this high volume. The 0.5 is right here at this volume. So we could easily get down here. Or the 0.68, which doesn't match up on the volume quite as well. But it was touched here and here. So you can see this line. These lines have had some meaning throughout time. Here's the 786. Now, I'm going to add another retracement. So I want you to notice that the 382 is now going to become the 618. And so what I'm doing here is I'm looking at this chart from the increase from this bottom here to the top up here. And that gets us, get rid of that trend line. So we've come down to the 786 and we've bounced up to the 0.5 and we're back to the 618. I would like to see some more volume here, indicating that this is going up. Let me get rid of this. And let's do this extension. So I'm doing the extension. It's from this top to this bottom. And you can see you hit the 786 and we're bouncing back to the 0.5. Short-term goal would be, 786 again, this point of control. And then, we've got these high volume ranges here. So 1.272, it's got some nice touches. The one has got some nice touches. But I like this 618, I think is really interesting. And I'll show you why. Let me put my parallelograms back out there. So we can potentially be getting up here to this range. So, I think this potentially has a long way to go. Now we could come back down to this 382, which is around 16, 1580, 16. Let's get rid of this. And this one. Nope. This one, yeah. So, we could come back to some of these levels here, but right now this trend is working. Let's go to, oh, let me show what is in this ETF. So the biggest portion is finance, then energy minerals, then non-energy minerals, and then utilities. And it goes down from there: consumer, non-durables, retail trade, etc. But if we look at this chart with the SAR strategy and the super trend up top, they're both bearish. You can see that our RSI is below the midway point, and it's trending down on the weekly. This is the squeeze momentum is becoming slightly less bearish, and our MACD is on the bearish side, but threatening to cross over. So this is the day. I think longer term, you could say, if we bottom and go up, that this is increasing. You could say the same thing here. If we can bottom and turn up, pretty neutral on this. You look at this on the weekly, we are still in a buy in the super trend. So that leads me to believe that we could be going up. A parabolic SAR just said sell, but our super trend still buy by a good margin. This is trending down top to top, but then now it's trending up. The lows are still trending down bottom to bottom, so we'd like to see a higher low. But so this is still on the bullish side, the average. Squeeze momentum is getting less positive, so we could head down and find some other levels. And then here is the MACD, and so kind of is headed down. But from this bottom, potentially we could be setting up a new higher high, higher low. All right, finally, this is the RSI Bollinger Band strategy. On the weekly, we've bounced off the trend line. Excuse me. The money flow index is up and positive. The stochastics are getting oversold, and our ADX is saying we don't have a trend on the weekly. All right, here's the daily, and on the daily, we are coming down and trying to bounce off our trend line here, our moving average. Money flow is starting to go up a little bit. Stochastics they've been running along oversold, and we're starting to break up. And we are just moved into starting a trend territory with ADX of 24. So back to it. And I kind of like this guy here. So we haven't broken this trend line, but we are bouncing around on these Fibonacci's. And so I expect us to get at least back to the 786. But I see a lot of good strength up here by the 618. If we can get through the 786 and then the 1, yeah, we'd be looking good. All right. Well, thanks. Give me a thumbs up. Bye.